Good day to each and everyone, especially to you, sir. So we are the group 2. For this video, we are going to give our insights and learnings regarding the documentary that we have viewed last meeting, which is entitled That Sugar Film. This documentary is about the effects of consuming high amounts of hidden sugar in our food supply. In a nutshell, this is a vibrant, highly engaging documentation of a 60-day sugar binge that will leave you questioning many aspects of the way you view food and its role in our body and our health.
Good morning everyone, I am Tabia J. Colombres and I am going to answer the questions of That Sugar Film by Demon Guru. So the first question is, how the overproduction and overconsumption of sugar-based products potentially prevent humans from achieving eudaimonia?
Too much of something is bad for you. According to the film, people on this planet are growing sicker every day, and fructose has a big role to play in it. Obesity, diabetes, and addiction are some of the causes of overconsumption of sugar. Sugar is not entirely bad if consumed in moderation. But the thing is, we find pleasure in overly consuming it because of the adrenaline we get from it. Sugar is not bad, but life will get better if we get rid of it. We will be able to attain a real healthy body with any saturated fats that can cause heart and liver problems. And with that, we will be able to live a longer life and a better life.
The second question is there indeed a need for industries to regulate the production of sugar-based products and for consumers to reduce their consumption if they are to journey toward a good life together?
There is a need to regulate the production of sugar-based products in order to reduce overconsumption of sugar, especially if they are to journey towards a good life. First, it will lessen the rate of obesity. Second, refrain the people from different health risks. And the last one, attain healthy life. So that would be all, and thank you.
Good day, sir. I am Noraini A. Haraji, and I am gonna talk about what I have learned during the documentary that we have viewed last meeting. So by the title itself, we can easily say that this documentary will talk about the sugars that is affecting our bodies. I mean, how does sugars affect and how does it work throughout our bodies? Is it really dangerous or not? On the contrary, it also tells us some thoughts about the high amounts of hidden sugar in the food supply that we eat every day. So the highlight of this documentary is none other than the Australian actor, namely Damon Gamio. So he takes this parlay approach to personally become a lab rat to expose the effects on too much sugar. So he also has a mission during this documentary in which for 60 days he needs to eat the typical sugar foods for him to intake what could be the ordinarily considered healthy foods. On behalf of that, Damon Gamley considered that one as a unique experiment to document the effects of a high sugar diet on healthy body. After 2 months of observation, Damon Gamley concludes that his health and body has been significantly affected to that experiment. For the conclusion of this, I can say that we should be wary on eating some healthy foods because no matter how healthy that foods are, it will still be packed of sugars, in which it is dangerous in our lives. So the last one is, this is all I can say. When we start looking on sugar or fat or any other nutrient for that matter, we need to specifically intake that some types are good and some types are bad, when in reality, good nutrition is about overall diet.
Good day everyone, I am Armaida A. Ibrahim and I'm going to give my opinion about the sugar film. The concept of sugar film is that sugar is not bad, but when you get rid of it, your life will be so much better. On the other hand, if we are too engaged with sugared foods, it can affect our body negatively. The fact that in this modern society that we are right now, people intake too much of sugar, but we do not realize that we don't even have the knowledge on how we should control on eating sweets or on how much sugar we should have in a daily basis for us to have a good life. For me, it will always depend on how human beings interact with the development of the society. Even the industries reducing on production of sugar, you cannot control everyone to stop consuming this sugared product. Let's take the example of the 17-year-old young man in the film whose teeth are full of cavities. His life was changed because of too much drinking of Mountain Dew. As he was asked if he will quit on drinking sugar drinks, his answer was no, despite of knowing the negative effects of drinking it. People in this society are just into modernization. They tend to adapt the crucial things happen because they cannot do anything about it. As we try to get on and on, we cannot avoid things that will change our life expectancy. Science, modern technology, and innovation that gives us the danger within our society, like using artificial flavoring, refined sugar, smoothies, and many more. Anything that is related to science, technology, and innovation can give us both good and bad effects, as always. Just like living with the pace, masarap ang bawal, and since it means it is prohibited, then therefore, it has a bad effect.
Hi everyone, this is Sophia Karil Eluna, and this is my own understanding about the film That Sugar. So, That Sugar film, a documentary starring and directed by Damon Gamau, documents the effects of eating a diet of otherwise considered healthy foods, containing high amounts of hidden sugar. In other words, instead of eating candies, cakes, or soda every day, Damon turns to what the majority of population could consider as healthy foods, such as but not limited to juices, granola bars, or yogurt. Before he endured his journey, he mentioned that many people are not aware of the danger of sugar, and that he has been this way for a while now. In fact, he mentioned that in the past, people thought that fat was a problem. This way of thinking largely brought to light by Ansel Keys, brought upon the low-fat diet epidemic. As we know, Damon wanted to bring this issue to the table by documenting the changes in his body, physically and mentally, and that's exactly what he did. One of the ironic situations nowadays is that we tend to become concerned about our appearance and health condition without fully taking into considerations our food intake and the effects it causes to our bodies. With all points considered, I have a single solution in mind. Healthy life is not about wasting your time counting the fat content or amount of calories in a food, nor completely eradicating sugar in our diet. Sugar is still vital in our health, however, it should be consumed in moderation. So once again, this is Sophia Karil Eluna from BA Broadcasting 1A, and that could be all. Thank you!
So what I've learned about Mr. Damon's sugar film is that to avoid being obese, to avoid being unhealthy, we should at least lessen the take of sugars in our body. When living in an unhealthy lifestyle, we are exposed to sugar. We are buying with Coca-Cola and we are fond of cakes and ice creams. Those are just items that are so irresistible, sweet and delicious. But those items have lots and lots and lots of sugars in it. And to be healthy, we should at least minimize eating those items to avoid diabetes. So we should take the lesson on what happened to Mr. Damon. So let us be healthy and live long.
Hello everyone, I'm going to discuss about the sugar film by Australian actor Damon Gamio. What is the sugar film about? Sugar Film is a documentary about the effects of consuming high amounts of hidden sugar in our food supply. In a nutshell, it's a vibrant, highly engaging documentation of a 60-day sugar binge that will leave you questioning many aspects of the way you view of food and its role in our body or in our health. According to the film, Damon eating low amounts of sugar in his regular diet consumes the equivalent of 40 teaspoons of sugar per day for 60 consecutive days. You should beware of foods that claim to be healthy, natural, low-fat, light, and etc. as they can be packed full of sugar and it might be the reason why you're struggling to lose your weight or to manage your health. When it comes to the food, there are many things to be concerned and this film was focused on sugar about the foods that we eat. And sugar is not evil, but life's so much better when you get rid of it. That's all, thank you.
That Sugar Film is one man's journey to discover the bitter truth about sugar. Damon Gamu embarks on a unique experiment to document the effects of a high sugar diet on a healthy body, consuming only foods that are commonly perceived as healthy. That Sugar Film with actor Damon Gamu is a documentary about the effects of consuming high amounts of hidden sugar in our food supply.
Documentary filmmaker Damon becomes his own guinea pig and spends 60 days eating healthy foods with added sugar. Before this process, he had eradicated sugar from his diet, so the contrast is even more pronounced. Over the course of 60 days, he puts on a considerable weight, experiences mood swings, and notices a drop in overall motivation. What I found so alarming about this film was that it didn't play things easy and simply expose the dangers of excessive sugar intake. Gemio doesn't consume any junk foods whatsoever, such as a fizzy juice, sweets, or ice cream. He instead purely sticks to food marketed as healthy. It's this more than anything that sets off alarm bells because this routine God wants to. Thank you.
So that would be all for this video, and we are hoping that everything is clear in your minds since this documentary is very important, especially in our health. For the overall message of this film that we wanted you to know is that you or we should be wary of foods that claim to be healthy, as they can be packed full of sugar and maybe the reason why we are struggling to lose weight or manage our health. And also, we really should limit the sugars that we intake every day, especially in our food supply that we consume, because this might be the answer for our health woes. Thank you so much for listening.